Greetings YTPC, hope you're well. Today I'm smoking some Samuel Gawith Best Brown Flake, and I'm smoking it in my Peterson's Christmas pipe from 2020. It wasn't new to me, it had been smoked. I bought it from an acquaintance, and I've smoked it a few times. It seems to go pretty well with flakes. And this is the flake that I'm smoking. Hope you can see that. A typical Gawith flake, nice thickness, beautiful looking, comes apart very, very easily. You can see those bright Virginias in there. It is a straight Virginia, and with nothing added. As I said, it was fine for me to rub out straight away. Didn't really need any drying time. It has an aroma of cut hay, a little bit more like a cut hay, but a slightly damp hay. You know, if you walk in a hay field when it's been harvested, maybe there's been a little bit of rain, and you kind of get that sort of damp hay, sweet smell. There's a little bit of that for me in this, and there's a bit of an earthiness to the taste. It's a mild smoke. It's nice and slow burning. There's a little breadiness in the retrohale, I find, and as I said, there is that underlying natural sweetness, and by that I mean it tastes to me as though there isn't anything added, no added sweeteners. I know lots of people say that every tobacco's got something added to it, whether it's sweetened water or whatever. That might be the case, but it certainly doesn't seem overly sweet, to me anyway. I don't find that the nicotine in this blend is particularly strong, perhaps a medium, I might say. I have smoked this before on an empty stomach and it was fine, and you could easily make this an all-day smoke, I think. Oh, and while I think on, I just wanted to mention that I've started using these, let me find one. I've started using these Mylar food grade foil bags for keeping my opened tobaccos fresh. If you've not come across these before, you just put your tobacco inside the bag and then you use an iron, press it on there. I've got one here, and you seal, you put the hot iron on and it seals it, and then hopefully keeps it nice and fresh. When you're ready to use it, just tear along and take out your tobacco. This is the kind of thing that you would normally see these Mylar bags used for. In case you're wondering, I don't make cheese, but that's also an ingredient for licorice bread, which I do make. From time to time. Came across licorice bread when I spent some time in Sydney, Australia. Came across a little restaurant and just happened to sort of call in one day for breakfast, and it was on the menu and just absolutely fell in love with it. It's just great with some nice fresh butter. I managed to get the recipe and brought it home with me, and I have made it a few times, just a couple of times a year. It's a nice treat. If you ever do come across it, it's really worth a try, most definitely. You don't need to put in the salt ash. Vegetable ash, I think, is something that some people use as well. But when I follow a recipe that I really enjoy, I try not to veer too far away from it. Anyway, back to the smoke. If you haven't tried this tobacco before, this Best Brown, then and if you put off, you know, the Gawith brand because you've heard the stories about the Lakeland essence, then I can absolutely assure you that I don't detect any geranium or rose or lavender or any of those floral essences in this blend at all. And as you get down the bowl, that earthy taste, that earthiness goes away for me, and it does become a little bit sweeter, but you still get those hay notes, which is good. And after the initial light, it took about another 4 matches to properly get it going, but when it did, it stayed lit right till the end. When it did need another light, but I tend to find that that's how flakes work for me anyway. I think it might be something to do with the moisture that collects at the bottom of the bowl. I don't get any bite with this tobacco at all. The bowl stays really cool, which for me I find unusual for a Virginia. Normally for me, I find that that they do burn hot, and the bowls do get very, very warm. That might be the way I smoke it as well, but that's what I find. There's a sweetness in the room note as well, which isn't a bad thing. It's a really pleasant, even-tempered smoke. I get no surprises in this tobacco at all, and I think it's been around for quite a while, and I can understand why. It's a real good, steady away smoke, and I'm happy that I've got a few ounces jarred up. So yeah, that's my little review of Samuel Gawith's Best Brown. One more look if you're interested. There's a bit of moisture in there, but as I say, I smoked it straight out of the jar. Perhaps if I'd left it for 15 or 20 minutes, then maybe it wouldn't have needed quite so many relights, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Okay, everybody, look after yourselves, look after each other, and stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.